This program is developed for 9 to 12-year-olds, and my name is Michelle Tremolata. What I'm going to do is just give you a quick sample of the program so that you can get an idea of what the program has inside. There's only just a few slides of examples, but at least you'll get an idea of what we have inside this program. If you've got more information or more questions you would like to ask, please contact us or go to our website at www.thinkbigcreate.com, www.thinkbigcreate.com. Thank you. This is the title page for the program. The next page is talking about the introduction, just giving you the topic names so that you know how many topics you have. Each of these topics should take around about 50 minutes to deliver. However, they do vary depending on how long it takes for the children to do the activities, because there's activities for each topic. The next page has examples for what happens on each page. We have at the beginning of each new topic, there is an approximate running time. It may vary depending on the activities and also allowing those activities to run a little bit longer if they need to. So that's in blue, and it's usually located at the top right corner for every new topic. Wherever you see a note page symbol, that means that there is either a statement that will be helpful for explaining the concept or something about the activity that you need to know. If you see a big capital A with the word answers next to it, these will give you the answers to any of the questions that you'd be asking the students. If you see any pink writing, then that's generally recommended music or videos for that particular topic. We're on to topic 2 now. What are habits? To be good at or better at something, we must look at our habits. This topic helps us understand how habits are formed and how we can change them. The stick person and the bridge of change is the process for changing habits. And we use Matthew and his habits about drawing to help the children understand that they too have habits that are stopping them from becoming better at something that they want to do. The next activity is about finding the match, and this is where we've got positive and negative language here, and they need to find their match. And this is a fun activity to do in the classroom and get them moving around the room. Remember, we can only make changes when we're aware of our behaviour, so it's important that they understand that maybe they are saying some of these things when they possibly could be saying something more positive. The next activity and the next thing is called about being grateful. This activity encourages children to look at their own life and see the many things that they already have in their life that are good, and it keeps them looking for the positive aspects in their life. There is one thing that I learned in my training, and that is the law of polarity. We have, if you can imagine a time or a line, and you have all the negative on one side and all the positive on the other. And I was taught that regardless of what's going on in your life, you have just as much positive as you have negative, and it just depends on which way you're looking. So if everything looks very negative to you right now, if you turn around and look the other way and start looking for the positive things, you'll find that you have equal amount of positive in your life. What matters is where we put our focus. The frog story is a lovely story about a group of frogs who are trying to reach to the top of a tower. And as they're going through the village, there's people on the side of the roads that are constantly saying, oh, you're not going to make it, you're just frogs, you're not fast enough, you're not tall enough, you're not big enough, all the negative activity that they could give out. And as they're going up the hill, one by one, each frog drops off, and he is too tired or can't make it. And one frog gets to the end of the hill and up to the top of the tower, and when they get to him and they ask him, how did you make it when all the other frogs didn't make it, they found out that he was actually deaf. And so the moral of this story is to understand that the other people's opinions and all the negative information that's coming to you from the outside does actually have an effect on your outcome, and that if you can stay positive and just keep focused on what you're going to do, you will achieve what you want. So by being deaf, it was actually a very positive thing for this frog. It's proven in science that positive energy is more powerful than negative energy, and yet it takes just as much time to admit either. So did you know that there was a Dr. Emoto, a Japanese quantum physicist, that performed a series of experiments on water crystal. He found that when positive messages and classical music were applied to the water, that beautiful hexagon water crystals were being formed. However, when bad thoughts or heavy metal music was applied to the water, those crystals were distorted and formed chaotic shapes. So he deduced that since water is receptive to positive and negative energies, and since we are more than 70% water, we should therefore also be affected by positive and negative thoughts, words or energies. So that's pretty powerful. And then we've got making friends as our next subtopic. And this I thought was really important because I've just given them 4 different questions that they can use when they're meeting new people, which will help them break the ice and start to help form friendships. The next topic is about being me. Now this is a choice topic. It's about children choosing to be happy. So again, it's thinking about being positive rather than being negative, because we can actually choose to be happy, sad or grumpy or fearful. We can choose that. We don't actually have to take on what other people say. We can choose it ourselves. So it's important that they understand they have the choice. The brick wall. This story explains about how often we only see the negative about ourselves and others. It is a reminder for the children to stay positive as often as possible. Topic 10 is games and puzzles. On the next few pages we have some games, puzzles and some famous quotes for the children. There is a word search and a crossword. The answers for both are on the following pages.